Hey, good Friday evening to you. How is everybody doing? It's good to see you. It's good to be seen by you. And the person doing the seeing of you is me, Bill Silly, aka the Dungeon Delver. And I just want to remind everybody, of course, that this live stream is brought to you by our friends over at Hellebarde Games. Hellebarde Games makes the kind of adventure modules that they'd like to play, whether it's for 5th edition, Castles and Crusades, or any old school type gaming. Old school is in play at the table. You can check them out on drivethrurpg.com or directly from their website at Hellebarde Games. We love us some Hellebarde Games, and I think you guys would too. So welcome, as always, to the show. And this is the part of the show, if you're just stopping by for the first time, please click the subscribe button, click the bell icon for notifications. It's super duper helpful when folks do that. It really is. And I will hold court on a few opinions. And then at 9 o'clock, we're going to play some classic first edition Gamma World for your entertainment and amusement. It's not quite as educational as first edition AD&D live streams on Tuesday are, but I think you'll be entertained. At any rate, greetings Orbital, Air, Dread Gazebo, Jimmy Invictus, Kenneck, John Walker, Wave of Mutilation. Who else is out there? Bob Jester, hope you're feeling better. Jimmy Invictus, Robert Phillips, Fuchsia Cone, good to see you. I think I got everybody. If I didn't, say, hey, you didn't get me. Speaking of not getting everyone, Virtue Adept, good to see you. Nighthawk, greetings, welcome. Speaking of things that I've missed, names that I've missed, we've had some folks who've contributed to the Patreon and to the Subscribe Star accounts, and I am endlessly appreciative of that. However, as things have gotten busy, and things have been busy around here, I don't have to tell you guys that. Well, I just did, so deal with it. Anyway, I forgot to put you in the end credits, which is where I thank all the show's backers. Of course, starts off with a lovely piece by Bob Antone, who gifted us that great little ditty Owl Bear for our closing credits. Squirrel Hermit, greetings. But I had not gotten them into the credits. I have now encoded credits, which thank everyone to date. I'll have to get Bob to do a longer song, is what I'm going to have to do. Kenneck asks, any Gary Con updates? No Gary Con updates for me. I've got to figure out what I'm doing, and I've got to figure it out fast, like tomorrow. I have to make my final decision tomorrow. Am I going to run a game? Am I going to play in any games? So on and etc. I'll get my badges and all that sort of thing. Wave of Mutilation. Greetings. If I didn't say hello to you. I love Damien. That's a darn that's a darn lie. So if you're not any game where hackers are reality warping wizards is A-okay, my bad. Hackers are reality warping wizards. Go see what they're doing with AI. It's not just for making pictures of people with too many teeth and fingers. Yeah. Game running registration is closed. Oopsie. Well, I guess I won't be running anything at GaryCon. I'm still amazed that I'm going. I mean, you know, and the wife and I'll share some airplane peanuts while we're there. But no, to get back to the topic of GaryCon. So I guess I'm not running anything, unless somebody wants to do something off grid and hang out in a lobby or something like that. But I've been thinking about doing a pickup game, but we'll see. We'll see. Now I have to get into a bunch of games. I have to try and get into games. I will be drinking, get the silver badge, and register for the games you want to play on Saturday. There's no silver badges left. I've got to get gold. But anyway, so for those of you tuning in late, I'm not complaining. This is just how things are. This is just the way that things go. My means are not great. That's just how it is. However, this incredible audience, many members of it, got together and said, well, by gum, he's going to GaryCon. He and his wife are going to GaryCon. So they put in, they got us flights, they got us a hotel, and they got us a little bit of spending cash. And that was just unbelievable. And then this fall, the same bunch of people are sending me to a football game, a University of Alabama football game at home. So they did a GoFundMe and everything, and I am forever in their debt. It is going to be awesome. How does Gamma World? I don't know. I don't know Dread Gazebo. I don't know how. I have not played Mutant Crawl Classics. I have owned a couple of versions of Gamma World. I have seen PDFs of it, but I have never. I had never played it until I ran it the first time at Virtual GaryCon back in 2019, 2020. I think it was 2020. I ran it at Virtual GaryCon. The rules were very easy to pick up. If you're familiar with first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, you can get Gamma World. It's super easy. Jim Ward designed it to be compatible with first edition AD&D. Although I will tell you straight up that a Gamma Worlder is head and shoulders tougher than an AD&D character, because even though your hit dice are D6s, the number of hit dice you have is equal to your con. So imagine 18d6. That's what, average of 72 hit points? Is that right? Because average is 3 per die. So 18 times 3 or 9 times 54. I'm sorry, 54. So a first level Gamma World character has 54 hit points. They can shrug off the worst a mid-high level magic user can throw at them. It is a lot of hit points. It is a lot of hit points. And yes, there is fatigue. You start swinging a sword around and you will run out of energy, which the AD&D'er won't. But the Gamma Worlder also has, like, just delete you class of weapons that the AD&D'er doesn't. So it may not even be an issue. So, there's a whole series of rules in Gamma World that would seem to tilt the balance strongly towards the Gamma World side as far as overall frightening difficulty. Now, I'll say this. Very rarely do Gamma World characters gain hit points. There's a few cases you randomly get an increase in a stat You might not even get an increase in the stat when you level up. Whereas the AD&D'er will continue to gain hit points on and on and on. The boot hillers are in a lot of trouble. Yeah, they're kind of at the bottom of the stack, if you will. The AD&D'ers are in the middle. The Gamma Worlders are on top. The boot hillers are down here. Gamma World PCs start out with their con dice. Yes, I said that. But anyway, that's kind of a big deal. And if you are not familiar with it, in the Dungeon Master's Guide, the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons Dungeon Master's Guide, there are rules for converting Gamma World to AD&D and AD&D to Gamma World. It can be quite the interesting experience. I dabbled in it a little bit one year, actually, in the annual Christmas game back a couple of years ago. I wish I hadn't done it then, because the Christmas game tends to be 1 or 2 sessions at most. And this made it last longer, and immediately I ran into the fragility of 6th, 7th, and 8th level characters being shot with energy weapons that do 9d6. You know, you take 2 shots and you're done. So we learned the hard way on that. But if you want to kind of blend the two, you know, there you go. So I hope that I hope that kind of gives you an idea. Someone was asking me, actually in comments, I had Last Unicorn Star Trek. I think I sold my copy, but I never played it. I had always intended to, because I really loved the look of the books. Mutant Toes. Greetings, James Hayes. So far, so good. Damien. But speaking of Gamma World, somebody asked me in a YouTube comment what I recommended and where I said, or where I thought you should start with Gamma World. It's as easy as can be, guys. Start with the classic Gamma World set. It's printed like a full printed copy, which granted is just a single softback book, but a full print on demand copy is $19.99 on drive-thru. So I recommend you start there. It is fairly easy to get one's head around. But anyway, moving right along. So yeah, I guess I'll have to find out what what games I will possibly be in. I do know that Sunday, essentially the Sunday after GaryCon, because let's face it, when you're at a con by like noon on Sunday, it's done. It's over, right? Especially if it's an event-oriented con. The vendors are all packed. There's that one diehard. He's not going to leave till like 3 in the afternoon, but he's going to be by himself in the vendor hall. And there's a game or an event that'll stretch on, until right around that time or something like that. But generally by lunchtime on Sunday, it's all over. It's over and done. So, yeah, everyone is worn out. So at 1:00, the missus and I will be attending a function with Heidi Gygax and Eric Garland, which I'm really, really looking forward to. That's an awesome thing. So we'll be there having lunch and dinner with them, playtesting their new module. And we had Heidi and Eric on the show. You should check it out. I did a review of their new module. We're getting there. The people who like got the plane tickets together, like we're getting there on Wednesday and we're not leaving till Monday night. So we're basically closing down Lake Geneva. James Hayes asks, do I ever miss the old deluxe bookcase box editions of games I used to make in lieu of hardback? Yes. I have PDF templates of some classic TSR boxes. I've got to find out who will print them up for me so I can remake a box for Expert D&D and a Gamma World box. But yeah, no, I absolutely love boxed games. I really do. I'm not going to go pick them up because together they weigh about as much as a car battery. But I'm looking at Old School Essentials, and the wood grain Swords and Wizardry box are sitting out on the table over there. I love those things. I mean, even smaller boxes like this, like my AD&D set here. I love these. These are really, really cool. That being said, let's be completely honest. When we were kids, those boxes tended to get destroyed. You know, you'd put it in a backpack, your book bag or whatever, and just get completely crushed in. But I've got, see if we can do this without breaking anything. That's not a box game. That is a box for a gold box game, Eye of the Beholder for the Amiga, but that's not what's in here. And what's in here are data cards for like air superiority or something like that. That's not my doing. That just came in a lot of stuff. But I've got I've got the boxed set for Twilight 2000 by GDW right here. I'm not going to try to pull it out. Not right now. But yeah, so much cool stuff in there. I do love box sets. Make a Congo bag. Dark Sun Sands Problems is just a desert. Yeah. I was left the box at home and hid the soft covers inside PC folders. Oh, cool. I'm just looking at your comments. You miss your basic expert sets. I wish you could have. Yeah, I get it. I mean, the boxes are really frangible, right? They're just like you're not going to find those. I mean, every once in a while, I got a basic D&D box, Holmes or Moldvay basic D&D box. I was literally waiting on somebody so I could drive them home, and I flipped open Facebook and scrolled down, and the RPG for sale group guy was like, $15 plus shipping. Or no, it was being auctioned, and it was like the buyout was like $15, and I'm like, buyout. And the box is beat to hell. Don't get me wrong. The box is really jacked up, but it fits the red basic book and the copy of Keep on the Borderlands that I threw in there. Also completely beaten up. But no, I love box games because there's so much more you can do. You can put the game company Infocom, if you remember them, they made Zork, they made A Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy text adventure. They did Star-Crossed, Suspended, A Mind Forever Voyaging was a good one from them. So many games from Infocom. And if you got one of their earlier big boxes, they went through a phase where they sold you feelies. They would always cram lots of interesting tchotchkes, like the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy box, which I have the box and all the stuff that came in it, but I don't have the disc because when I sold my Commodore 64, I sold all my games with it and the disc was in there. But like the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy comes with a lapel button that says "Don't panic." Comes with the peril-sensitive sunglasses, which are just black cardboard. Space fluff, no tea, and just an empty baggie with a little cardboard do-it stapled to it that's microscopic space attack fleet. But the thing about it was Infocom knew how to pack their game boxes full of cool stuff. Star-Crossed came, Star-Cross came in a round plastic container that, while terrible for putting on your shelf with the other games, worked as a Frisbee. Suspended, where basically you are put in cryogenic sleep and awoken periodically to monitor a computer that's controlling a city, comes with this mask. It's like a plastic mask, and if you look at the front of the box, it looks like, you know, a viewport that would be built into, say, one of these chronic chambers. I may still have the box and the disc too for Beyond Zork. And that actually came with a little baggie with a little piece of quartz crystal in it. So there's a lot of cool stuff that can be put in a box set that you can't get in a book. And I really, really wish more game companies would do box sets. Now, I actually reached out to was it Frank Fry? Formerly of GDW, he was one of the designers of Twilight 2000. And they still have a going concern where they will sell you a DVD-ROM full of PDFs of all of GDW's stuff. And I just kind of casually mentioned in conversation, boy, it sure would be neat if you guys could do a print run of Twilight 2000 again in the box. And he rather snappily came back and said, well, have you got, I don't remember the sum, it was pretty steep, at like $90,000 or $60,000 or something like that. It was some 5-figure sum, which obviously I don't have. And even if I did have it, I wouldn't spend it on box sets, because that's what it would cost to do a limited run of boxes. So companies that do box sets, grab them when you can. And like my co-host Kyle, I firmly am of the mindset that own your physical copies of your RPG books. Don't. Everybody has a hard drive with gigs and gigs and gigs and gigs of PDFs, and it's all stuff you'll never play. Okay, no, but physical books get used. It's a physical object. So I do recommend that when these, don't just say, well, I'll buy the PDF eventually, I'll have it. You won't use it. So I do heartily recommend that you spend a little bit extra and get a box set if it's available. Now this doesn't belong to me, but there's a box set, a deluxe box set up here of Metamorphosis Alpha, which is the precursor in the sense that it is the first science fiction role-playing game, and it was designed by Jim Ward, and he kind of refined the idea of primitives exploring the ruins of a technological society with Gamma World. But that is, I can't remember if that's Cobalt Press or Black Blade or Goodman or who that is. But yeah, it's a massive coffee table book in a box set. And I mean, that's, Road March gets it. Virtua Adept says there's a little-known OSR adventure maker, Maximum Mayhem, aka Dark Wizard Games, and they had a limited run box set of their adventures, and the box alone was $99 on Kickstarter for if you had the image. Well, I mean, that's. Oh, excellent, Dread Gazebo. That's awesome. Now you can get all 3 books printed, and I don't remember which shelf I put it on. And if you guys are familiar with the hilarity that ensues when I just try to reach back and pull a book off a shelf, I'm not going to go looking for it. But you can get all 3 books printed in a single hardbound volume. It is the 3LBB, but it is formatted in a large hardbound book on DriveThruRPG. That is completely acceptable. That is completely acceptable. But no, I think that's awesome, Dread Gazebo. But anyhow, so what else is going on? Yeah, I did a couple of videos today, one about Cobalt Press, and frankly, I mean, they're just releasing 5e with the serial numbers filed off. I mean, I get why they're doing it, but I think people wanted something a little different. But on the flip side, there's plenty of different. There's plenty of different out there. I mean, I mentioned 2 of them just a few minutes ago. Old School Essentials, Swords of Wizardry. Does a Gamma World pod for... Okay, so Sausage Toes, you get the print on demand does not, unfortunately, include the map. You get very high quality scans of the map sections. What you can do is you can assemble those into a single JPEG or PNG or what have you in your favorite editing program of choice, and then take it to a print shop and say, I want a 6-fold map of this map. Print it out. And they'll do that for you. So, yeah, your pod is just a single book. I'm going to see if I can see it because I was looking for it the other day and I couldn't locate it, but I do have it. Can I see it on the shelf here without destroying things? Okay, well, I do not see my copy of Gamma World, but it is plenty usable. It's nice and clear, nice and crisp type. But all you got in the book was the map and the rule booklet, and of course the box and some dice and a crayon. Get the print on demand, track down the template to have yourself a nice box printed up, and then, as I said, assemble the map into a single image, take it to a print shop, and have them do it. What's the next deep dive? You're starved for some old module discussion. I don't know. I've had some people ask for the U series, which I don't have. Which is not to say I couldn't just go through the PDFs, but I did have to sell my U series off. I see we have a Marine in the audience there, Robert. Some people have asked for the Desert of Desolation modules. Not super fond of the Desert of Desolation modules. Do I have Metamorphosis Alpha? Yes, as I said, I have the on loan, which is actually going back tomorrow night. Volcano God will be in town tomorrow night, and I will return his deluxe copy of Met Alpha to him so he can have that back. Danny, I did the entire GDQ series. That was months of painstaking, laborious work. The GDQ series, of course, is a masterclass in amazing module writing. Which version is it? I think, Bob, it's like the first version, like Jim Ward's original one. The Desert of Desolation reminds me of some of the more puzzle-based maps in Doom 2. Some of the official ones from the Casali brothers or from Team TNT. And I'm not saying that in a positive way. So I know that, okay, all right, I got to hit this switch. I got to run back across the map. I got to get on the elevator before it starts to go up. And I take damage from going across this floor every time. And then that takes me up to the yellow key. And then I can, then I got to hump the walls to find the secret door to get a rad suit so I don't die going back. It's just. It is just a pig. John, I don't have a copy of Dark Tower. Wait. Do you mean Dark Tower, the Judges Guild, or Dark Tower, the electronic game? Because Dark Tower, the Judges Guild, I could someday get a PDF of that and go through it. Dark Tower, the Milton Bradley game, not going to happen. No, sir, it's not going to happen. Yes, Judges Guild. Okay, all right, yeah. I could probably roll through a PDF of that. No, thank you, John. I appreciate that. I mean, I am so not into rare collectibles anymore. I mean, honestly, if somebody rolled up to me again with another stack of super rare D&D stuff, I would, and just said, you can have this, do whatever you want, I would flip it immediately. Sausage Toes, you still have access. I have like 3 or 4 copies of Access and Analyze. They've just come to me through various means. I'm not proud of that fact. It just is. It's a thing that is. I mean, now I've said it before. I've stumbled across stuff. I have a true first monster manual, a true first dungeon master's guide, and a true first player's handbook. They're neat. They only cost me a few dollars at a used bookstore back about 10, 12 years ago, maybe longer. and I snapped them up and I enjoy them and they're great. Would I have spent the $300 to get the each one of them? No, certainly not. Axis and Allies is a lot of fun. It is. Greetings, Lux. Do I have any old minis? I have minis like here's where I kind of make the break. For the most part, I prefer new miniatures to old miniatures. For the most part, I think they look better. They're better sculpted in the overall. Now, properly painted old minis can look as good as new minis can, properly painted. But by and large, something that doesn't look much better than kind of an elongate fishing weight. I just like, I don't, you know, hey, here's a heritage dwarf from 1975 that looks like a dinged up piece of double-aught buck. Sorry, no offense intended. I mean, I just old minis were kind of shit back in the day. But I may have, and I know there's a few rarities in the minis game that some people just go gaga for, like Duck Vader. Citadel's famous wizard with machine gun is another one. What else? Somebody like immediately after Star Wars released a line of not Star Wars minis, like, you know, a not Darth Vader, a not C-3PO, a not R2-D2. They have like flanges and weird flares that, of course, you could just take a pair of snips and clip off or file off, and then, hey, paint them up properly. You've got the classic Star Wars. There's things like that. Danny, you got into 3D printing minis. That's really what I do anymore. Yeah, I can believe that. And you know, the older minis, like, I still prefer metal, but a lot of the old minis were, because they were like 90% lead, pure lead, they would just bend under their own weight. I have seen some gorgeous minis. John Dennett was talking about that. There's a beautiful piece that Grenadier did. It was like Jade Dragon or Emerald Dragon or something like that. But he's like, I told the sculptor, I told them, you need to put pieces of brass rod inside the model. Here's how you do it. You literally put the brass rod in the mold and you support it and it'll hold up. And they didn't. And everyone bends over, and people bend it back up, and then it bends over again, and then you bend it back up, and then it bends over again, and then snap. And the same with the wings. So you know, that's just how that goes. Trent Gazebo, a bunch of jarheads in this chat. I guess I am. Now that we're probably past the watershed of, you know, Susan creeping on my videos and demonetizing them because I say ugly things. Parents, if you're watching this on TV, maybe send the kids to the other room. I saw some fucking bullshit on social media. Apparently, the soulless whores that are the entertainment industry are about to unearth and violate the corpse of J.R.R. Tolkien once again once again, after Amazon's done with it, they'll pass it over to Warner Brothers, because Warner Brothers is now talking about more Lord of the Rings movies. And I wish I could tell you in simple words how angry that makes me. You want to talk about a bunch of soulless vampires? As I said on Twitter, was Peter Jackson shitting on the man's work not enough? Was Amazon shitting on the man's work not enough? And yes, I said that about Peter Jackson. It's so weird. Rings of Power pissed me off. This plan from Warner Brothers pisses me off. And you get people whose only contact with the Lord of the Rings is through the well-meaning but very flawed films. The Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and Return of the King, and that unwatchable, bloated mess that he made of The Hobbit. And they're like, yeah, brother priest. I'm like, get away from me. Why does it make me angry? Well, that's a good question, Dread Gazebo. J.R.R. Tolkien created The Lord of the Rings as an exploration of his intellectual pursuits, his poetic side, his love for his wife, his love for God. And these vandals, these absolute just these scum, these utterly soulless. You want to meet somebody and stare them in the eye and know that you're looking into a completely empty, soulless void. There is nothing back there. Absolute sociopathy. Talk to somebody. Talk to a movie producer. You'll eventually realize that ChatGPT loves you more than they ever will. And the reality of it is, they don't love anything. I don't think they even love money, to be honest. It just, the one thing that I will say about Jackson's movies is that at the very least, Peter Jackson said, and this is like one of the first things you'll run into if you watch the endless hours of commentary on the voluminous DVDs, and I have them, so I know this to be true. Peter Jackson says is the one thing that we felt most important was that we not project any of our ideas onto Tolkien's work, that we kept it as pure as possible. And immediately, those fucking ghouls at Amazon went 180 degrees around from it and said, we're going to make this for modern sensibilities. We have to change Tolkien. From the bottom of my cholesterol-clad, nerdy, 53-year-old heart to those people and anyone who cheers that on, I say, fuck you. J.R.R. Tolkien's work, from a literary standpoint, is perfect. I'm sorry if you just snorted, if you just kind of went, ha. I and the rest of you, I presume, live in a world where every day the condition humane is thrust into our face. You turn on the news, it's absolutely awful. Get in your car, drive to the center of your local city. It's awful. I immerse myself in things like Tolkien's work, like Dungeons and Dragons, even like Gamma World, to escape. Because, as the professor said, it is the first duty of the prisoner to escape imprisonment. I don't need things remade for modern sensibilities, because modern sensibilities are garbage. When I visit Middle Earth, I go there to get away from everything. That is how I feel about that. That is the way that I feel about this recent announcement of new Lord of the Rings movies. And I just wish all these cultural vandals would fail at every turn. That something would happen in their lives that would either turn them away from doing this or make them incapable of doing it. So I hope that answers your questions about why I'm so dead set against Lord of the Rings movies. Further Lord of the Rings movies. Any Lord of the Rings movies. Everyone who's ever wanted to do a Lord of the Rings movies, literally right out of the gate, was, how can we screw this up? Tolkien was horrified to find out that George Martin and the Beatles wanted to make a Lord of the Rings movies. When he heard some of their ideas, he was like, oh, hell no. I don't think he said hell no, but I mean, arguably one of the worst animators to ever do a Tom and Jerry cartoon. Gene Deitch did an Ashcan, like 11-minute The Hobbit treatment that was garbage. You can find it on YouTube. It's laughably bad. I think Rankin Bass's heart was in the right place, at the very least. At least they and Ralph Bakshi left most of the dialogue in place. I mean, compare Eowyn against the Witch King in the Rankin Bass Return of the King to Eowyn versus the Witch King in Peter Jackson's. The voice actress in the Rankin Bass rendition gets her full dialogue, and so does the Witch King. In the movie, girl power, Shank. Which ironically was far less empowering than if she'd gotten all of her dialogue. But so anyway, Buckaroo Banzai. Hobbit movie was simple. Oh. I don't have any. Kennick, I don't, unfortunately. But we're gonna be rolling on Gamma World in about 10 minutes. So if you guys have any questions for me before we get going that doesn't have anything to do with The Hobbit or the further molestation of J.R.R. Tolkien's works by the orcs of Hollywood, then please feel free to ask. We're all veterans of the psychic wars. A blazing saddle remake would. I'd love to see it. Just that suddenly expanding sphere of annihilation-esque dark energy that just. Whoom. I'd love to see it. Speaking of things that shouldn't be done, yeah. Apparently there's no longer any plans to make a live action version of Akira, which that goes back to like 2005 or 2006. Tolkien-esque book series that I would recommend. No. Tolkien's work is singular. Tolkien-esque authors should seek to do something completely different from Tolkien. Some of the treatments I heard Dread Gazebo were worse than you could possibly imagine. I just want to make sure I don't miss anyone's comments. Orbital Air. This is just my Gamma World campaign. This is just my Gamma World campaign. There's no module in effect. Completely different to say you get George Martin. I've been meaning to check out that Elfstones of Shannara series of books. Somebody told me that if I like Lord of the Rings, I might like it. Now, I know the big secret in the books. It's revealed fairly quickly. I know what the actual background is, but someone told me Elfstones is pretty good. Another one that someone recommended to me was, what was it? I have a direct message. Dragon Riders of Pern, I don't know. I honestly, I had heard rumors that they were going to do a film or a series based on that. I mean, honestly, it would probably fit today. Yeah, Dragon Riders of Pern wasn't bad. I loved the twist. I got to admit, there's a twist in it. I loved the Dragon Riders of Pern twist. Scooby-Doo is awesome, which is why everyone should hate Velma. Ooh, Jack Vance Leoness. Yeah. It's a heartbreaker, though, but it's traditional fantasy. It's not Dying Earth. I technically I do, Robert Phillips, because I live in Central Florida, and that's where dang it, why can't I can Piers Anthony lives in Central Florida too, so yeah, don't read don't read the Leoness book or books if you want a happy ending, because you won't get it. Yeah, but the problem, Jimmy, is everyone watches it too. Ursula Le Guin is very good. I thought about reading. I read a book by Zelazny. Actually read it all in a morning when my wife was in hospital. This is a long time ago, and she's completely fine. But I read a book by Zelazny that was kind of messed up. At least I think it was Zelazny. Now I gotta look. Because I don't know if. Let's see. Nope, that's not the one I was thinking of at all. I think that was Norman Spinrad, actually, was... Anne McCaffrey, actually, this is so weird, and like I had no idea until well after the fact, but Anne McCaffrey's one of her favorite bookstores of all times used to be just up the road from me. Like I knew the lady that ran it, and I was going into the store one day. Now, I haven't read a Dragon Riders of Pern book since the early 1990s. I read the Dragon Riders of Pern. I read Moretta. I read like the books she started doing after that. And I kind of petered out after all the Wares of Pern. Because I mean, there is a good conclusion to the series. There's a good, just like a great stopping place to the series at all the Wares of Pern, and it's where it could have ended. But so the kind of the continuation of it really didn't do anything for me. But apparently, yeah, she was a huge fan of this little used bookstore that was right up the street from the same place I got the AD&D rares. And I'm going in one day, and it's like literally just like written on a piece of paper, not even like we typed it up and we printed it out. Written on a piece of paper, stuck to it. Anne McCaffrey will be in the store on such and so and so at Saturday. And I told my wife, and she's like, well, that's nice. And then I asked the owner about it later. Like I drove by that Saturday, and there was a fairly large number of people waiting outside the store, I guess as those go. And I drove. I saw that when I drove past, and then when I went to the bookstore later, the bookstore owner told me that yeah, she frequented the place and loved it. So I thought that was kind of neat. Now, Michael Moorcock, when I was younger, I read and enjoyed Michael Moorcock a great deal. I'm kind of at the point where the Sturm und Drang doesn't really appeal to me much anymore. It was good. I enjoyed it. It's over. And so it goes. I don't return to them frequently just because I don't want to feel bad all the time. Doc Smith, good stuff. It's not Tolkien, but I can recommend my buddy Sky Hernstrom. If you check out Sky's book here, I have books of Thune's Vision and Eye of Sonu. Do recommend. They are sword and sorcery, pulpy sword and sorcery in the Conan the Barbarian, Bran MacMorn, Kull the Conqueror, Solomon Kane, John Carter of Mars. If you like that kind of thing, check out Sky Hernstrom's book. He doesn't sponsor the show. I don't get a dime from that. That is just my promotion. If you like that kind of thing, definitely check out Thune's Vision and Eye of Sonu. They are great. Yeah, Corum was bitterly depressing in places. Brian McMahon. Let's see what you did there. You know, the only Piers Anthony I've ever read is On a Pale Horse. One of the incarnations of immortality books. I read it. I thought it was pretty interesting. I intended to go back and read other works of his, the Xanth book. Seems like every nerd I knew in high school, and I knew a few, read the Xanth books, and they would always have a copy of the Xanth books. But anyway, so it's a little bit past the top of the hour. We're going to get going here in just a minute. I saw a couple of people pop on. So I know some of my players are out there in the chat. So, oh, not me, Kanik. I've slacked off the last few years, but I used to yearly reread The Lord of the Rings, and I think it's high time I cracked it back open again. I'll say this about the Gore books. Frazetta and Vallejo did some interesting cover art for those, and that's about all I can really say. So, yep, I'm just waiting for the back room to populate, and then we'll get into it. For those of you who haven't been following along, our wasteland adventurers have journeyed into the ruins of a city of the ancients from before the fall, and have been exploring a large building looking for medical supplies, and they may have bitten off a little bit more than they can chew, but as soon as we see everyone get in, then we'll get going. I could do a video read of Tolkien's work. No, I don't have the voice for that. I'd have to sing the songs and everything. And if you ask Luther, well, he's of a particular opinion about my singing talent. And you got a medical surprise. That's right. Yeah, if you've got a medical kink, this might not be the episode for you. Or it might be. Just waiting to see. In a hole in the ground lived a hobbit. Not a nasty, dirty, wet hole, or a dry, bare, sandy hole, but a hobbit hole. And that means comfort. In the time of Middle-earth, when this ancient world was not quite so ancient, in a land called the Shire, lived Bilbo Baggins. He was a hobbit. Do you mean to say good morning to me in that it is a morning because you say it's good? You're breaking out your hooter. I don't even want to know what that is, John. I'm sorry I even said that. Harvey Keitel. I can't. It's hard. Like, I have seen Harvey Keitel probably in a half dozen or more movies, but I couldn't do Harvey Keitel's voice to save my life. We are waiting on one more person. Let me check the private chat, not the public chat. All right. Chip the glasses, crack the plates. That's what Bilbo Baggins hates. Carefully with the plates. Frankenstein never scared me. Marsupials do. They dart. Wow, your car is alive. Chase me. Trick or treat. It's a good question. My question to you, my little costumed friends, can any of you kids guess what I have buried underneath my porch? Where you going? I've got a Zagnut bar for each of you. Yep, we're just waiting on one more person to get going, and if he doesn't show up in the next minute or so, then we'll just go ahead and roll with what we've got. Zagnut surprise you, Dread Gazebo? Zagnut. Hey, got a Zagnut bar for you. Beetlejuice, like, you see his hands come out and he's holding the giant Zagnut bar. We'll find Zagnut candy bars at Family Youngers. You can get them in those weird assortment bags. Like at Publix, if you've got a Publix market, you'll see it. They'll be like, you know, literally, I think it's called the little old lady candy bag for Halloween. You know, there's a bit of honey, Zagnut, odd flavored lollipops, Bazooka Joe bubble gum. All right. We're going to go ahead and roll and then hope that everybody makes it. And let us welcome our players. Yang Yan Zhao is the one and only Rex Dashington. Yang, good evening to you.
Good evening, sir.
Returning from his tour of Africa, Asia, and the subcontinent, the one, the only Doomsword Deathmaster as Numbers Rab.
Hello.
I'd call him the man with no name, but it's Numbers Rab.
Ha.
4077, a.k.a. Stumpy, as played by the one, the only Sapphire Steel.
Hi.
And finally, last but not least, the bugger we all love to flick, Bogo Jorts, as played by Tonka Todd. And we are currently minus a
Don't worry me.
Do-Re-Mi, as played by Kevin. So hopefully he will be along shortly.
Yeah, he said he had to reboot to try to come back in.
All right, well. Okay, so last time you had all been exploring the ancient medical facility when on one floor you had found a large think tank style AI that had gotten quite insistent on retaining the party to keep them from leaving because it was lonely. It had locked both Rex Dashington and Numbers Rab out of the center of the data center. You guys are currently trying to get in. Do-Re-Mi was on the inside, but doing battle with an automated weapons turret. 4077 was actually in the command center itself when she was lazed across both of her legs and very badly injured. Now, Bogo Jorts is in the same area and preparing to do something. What it is, we'll find out in just a minute. So let's start at the top of the order. Numbers and Rex, you guys are on the outside of the data center. Rex had bashed the door a couple of times. It is obviously being dented and smashed. So, Numbers, you having the highest dex, what are you doing?
Well, I'm just gonna keep my weapon prepared. If he can't get through with that power armor, there's nothing I can do except shoot when it opens.
Okay. Rex, what are you doing?
I think I'm going to switch tactics and, well, no, you know what? I got to go for that dome gun thing.
Okay.
Which I think I am probably going to have to try punching again.
Alrighty, you can you can use your anti-grav flight to basically hover up there and punch it. Numbers, you are standing by. Meanwhile, in the command center, 4077, you are currently pinned down by surgical manipulators, and there's something that looks distressingly a lot like a rotary cutting tool.
I say stop. If you take my legs, I'm not going to be able to be mobile. So any kind of help that you need, or even my basic needs, you're going to have to do for both of us, and that's just not right. You have so many processes that you need to take care of. It's not fair to you. So just leave my legs on, and you can maximize your efficiencies. I would not want to take away from you.
Okay. So you're spieling at the AI. What is Bogo doing?
Bogo is fixing to cut off them manipulating arms with his vibro blade. No one touches Mama.
Okay. So outside, we have our other player, so we can find out what he is doing. Welcome. Well, we're waiting on Do-Re-Mi to get fully spun up. He's staring in shock as he's blasted one of the turrets. Since numbers is hanging back, Rex, go ahead and roll initiative, please.
Right. Okay. 3.
Okay, it is an initiative tie with the turret, so you will be punching and it will be shooting at the same time. Go ahead and throw your punch. Your punch will actually go just before it shoots, so there's a potential you could destroy it.
It's a 9.
All right. That is a 9, and it is, let's see. I believe we said that is an armor class. How many hit dice does Rex have?
How many hit dice?
Yeah, like what is your con, rather? What is your con?
Con. Okay, 13.
13, okay. All right, you smash a gauntleted fist into it, and assault armor, let's see, assault armor.
96.
96. Hey, he's been doing his homework. Okay. Do you have 9 6-sided dice?
I certainly do. It's 35 plus Rex has +1 per die non-energy attacks. So that would be 41.
Okay. You smash this thing, and it's trying to track. It still looks like it's somewhat operational, but it's not able to do anything to you. Over in the ops center, go ahead and roll initiative. One of you, we'll say Bogo, since he's taking direct action, and 4077 is pleading not to have her legs amputated mid-thigh. Bogo, you're the man of action. So why don't you go ahead and roll initiative?
The bug. The bug.
I prefer the term booger of action. Thank you.
Booger of action.
I rolled a 4.
Okay, that is an initiative tie. Again, you are attacking with a physical weapon, not a ranged weapon. So why don't you go ahead and make your attack roll then?
Alrighty, and I did not do that right. I'm rolling on the old site here. I'm using there it goes. Oh, a heroic 7.
Heroic 7. Okay. You're not just winding up and trying to, trying to just, slice through it with a backhanded swat, because you don't want to cut through them and then through 4077. So a mighty 7. And you have how many hit dice? Or what is your constitution, rather?
14, good sir.
14, okay. Yeah, you can't quite get the angle to where you can slice it. Meanwhile, it is going to shoot at you. You hear this high-pitched whine as the laser eye across the room that injured 4077. Let's see. And Bogo's armor class, please.
Bogo's armor class is 4 with his force field.
All right. And how many damage can your force field absorb?
What do I roll to determine
Your force field is it is not variable. Let's see. And lucky us, force field is in so many places in this book. Force field. We'll find it though.
While we're looking it up, if you're enjoying the content, please hit the like button, share the content, and subscribe. Thank you.
Nice.
So
Plug.
basically, you're going to take 4 dice of damage from the laser, as your force field is 5 dice of accumulated damage. So we'll just keep this simple and say your force field absorbs 8, 10, 16. So your force field absorbs 19 points of the hit that you're about to take.
Okay.
Didn't have enough D6s, and I think me sitting here rolling 1d6 9 times will get kind of tedious.
Let them be ones. Let them be ones.
2, 4, 6.
It's time for the Fisto dice.
Yeah, the hero system number of dice. All right. So that is a total of...
You rolled nothing but ones, right?
Okay, so what's... I said you take 16 off of that. So you take...
19.
Yeah, it was 19.
It was 19. Okay. So you take 14 points of damage as the laser hones in on you, and he says, the very calm, doesn't get overexcited. First, it addresses 4077 and says, "It's all right. I appreciate your concern. Once you're immobilized, I will connect you to an IV system. You'll be fine. As for you, once I've tapped into the hospital database and learned how to successfully perform vivisection and autopsy, I'll be able to study your remains at my leisure." Zap.
Bogo Moonser.
Okay, so your force field is down. So in the next round, if you get shot again, you'll take full damage. The manipulator, one of the manipulators, is
Did you
shooting.
see my chat message?
Hang on a second. Okay. I see that now.
Okay.
It is basically in several places just above the wounds that you took in the leg. It's using an air hypo, and you can feel your legs starting to go numb. And you hear the high-pitched whine as the circular cutter begins to power up. Meanwhile, out in the hall. All right. Hey, I see Kevin there. Let me see if I can add him to stream. Kevin, are you with us?
I hope so. Am I?
Woo! All right.
Yeah.
You are
You're
up.
here.
You are inside of the data center, just within the door. You have shot one of the turrets down. What are you doing?
It sounds like I'm still at work. I'm looking for other turrets. Are there other turrets that I can shoot? I'll keep shooting if there's more turrets.
You don't immediately see any, no.
Okay. I'm gonna try to get back out the door.
Okay. Behind you, back towards the console area, you hear a high-pitched whine, a pop. Does 4077 scream in pain when she got shot, or I don't want to put words in your mouth if your character's
Well, what's my pain threshold?
You tell me. You just lost 2/3 of your hit points.
I'd probably make some noise.
Okay.
I'd be cussing though. I'd be like,
you hear a scream of agony followed by a stream of invectives, and then you hear another high-pitched whine and a pop from somewhere in the console area behind you. You're still trying to get out the door, though, correct?
Oh no! If there's people still fighting, then I want to fight.
Okay. So are you going to head back over there?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back towards the console and see what the hell's going on, so I can try to help.
Okay, so we'll say at the end of the round. Then you round the corner. There sits 4077. She is being pinned down by some collection of arms and manipulators and grabbers that look like they're about to perform an impromptu surgery on her. Bogo is swinging his vibroblade, trying to chop those down. And in the far wall is a very prominent laser eye. It's not a turret. It's at about just below waist level. And it's mounted in the wall. And very calmly, the voice says when you're around the corner, while I should hope nothing unfortunate would happen to any of you, if you don't survive this procedure, there are others in your party that might and would be able to keep me company. It's a chance I'm willing to take. All right, that ends the round. In the new round, outside, you have at least disabled the turret from moving. What is Numbers Rab doing now? You still waiting for that door to be bashed down?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How about Rex Dashington?
I think he's got to finish taking out that turret.
Okay.
He's going Hulk.
In the command center, I saw that you were your message. You're getting your vibroblade ready. What are you doing in this round?
Oh, I am stabbing that saw big time. I am taking that arm out. That is not coming near me if I can help it.
Is Bogo going to now? You don't know that she's about to pull the vibro weapon out. Is Bogo going to continue to attack the surgical manipulators? Are you going back over to attack the laser's eye, or what?
Oh no, I'm nothing touches Mama. That's just that's the law.
Okay. Good night,
now I become mom. Oh my gosh.
Oh, we lost. Oh, darn it. We lost our Do Re Mi. Hopefully he'll be back. So, Rex, why don't you go ahead and roll initiative then?
Hey. Oh, 3.
Okay, this thing is trying to grind down, and you can hear a strain of servo motors as it's attempting to slowly point down at you. But if you're going to punch it again, you have the initiative and may do so. So go ahead and do that.
All right, 15.
15 is a mighty blow, and that is 9d6.
28 plus 6 is 34.
You may describe the horrible ways in which you destroy this thing, but it is no longer operational when you're done.
Well, I grab the turret and I pull it down, and then I just keep shoving it back up into it until it sprays metal parts all over the floor.
All right, that only takes a few seconds. Yeah, it's broken and wrecked now. Kevin, what is Do Re Mi doing back in the command control center?
So there's a whole bunch of arms and stuff. It doesn't look like a single thing will help there. Maybe I'll try to eliminate that eye, the laser eye.
Okay.
To at least maybe blind this thing if there's such
a
chance.
Why don't you go ahead and roll initiative, please?
I got a 3.
You got a 3. Okay. The laser eye adjusts, and your armor class, sir?
It is 4.
It is 4. Okay.
Come on, roll us a whammy. Roll us a whammy. Come on.
This may not be good.
All right. You hear that high-pitched whine and a pop, and you throw yourself to the floor when you first hear that high-pitched whine, and this thing rasters, just kind of, there's a little bit of smoke in the room now, smell of burnt synthetic flesh and so on, and it just kind of scans back and forth where you are standing.
Whew. Dodge that one.
Very calmly, it says, "Please stand back up so that I can remove your legs."
I show up my middle finger, and I'm going to shoot it when it's my turn. So.
It is
Sign language.
It is your turn. However, 4077, there's like a 21 gauge 70 bore needle that has kind of come up and is moving towards your neck. So let's see.
Ducking and weaving.
Well,
What is it doing? Inserting garlic so it can smoke it properly? That's a big freaking needle, dude.
Oh yeah.
I'm not an elephant, thank you very much.
What is what is your constitution there, 4077?
It's 12.
It's 12. Okay.
That's not the highlight of my life, but I'm smart. I'm not very hardy.
$12, and that was let's see. Okay, yeah, that it finds a vein, and you are that same numbness in your legs, other than the horrible pain of being jabbed with a needle that size, you can feel yourself like starting to drift off, but you can still act in your.
I am cutting that saw off. In my last act, I am trying to save my legs.
Okay, go ahead and make your attack.
Okay. What is my vibroblade?
Your vibroblade, I think, is a class 5 weapon.
So, what am I rolling?
D20.
I'm doing a 20. Okay. I've got all my fancy dice now. I got my new dice, so I'm excited. No, that's a demon dice. I don't want the demon dice. That means I have to put my glasses on so I can read my die. Okay. That is a 19.
That is a 19. That is a hit. So vibroblade. Was the damage different? 25 points of damage. Okay. That's enough. This is a surgical tool. So that's enough that you separate it, and it's now hanging by cables. And again, not angry, not upset. The voice just says, "Oh, fiddlesticks. I'll have to bring another surgical manipulator over." Well, you'll be unconscious soon enough, and then it'll be all right. Everything's
I'm gonna
going
try to wiggle off the table or whatever as
Well,
much
it's a
as I can.
All right. So basically, the anesthetic effect is that your constitution, you said it's an 11, right?
12.
12. Okay, so your constitution is now a 9 for purposes of poison effect and that sort of thing. You're just, you're logy. It's hard to move your legs, but that's what you're going to do. Finally, please, Bogo, make your attack.
All righty, here we go. Ooh, I rolled a 19. What's up with that?
That is a hit. Roll some. Roll. Or no, that's just your vibro. So yeah, you slice through. Is there a particular one you're going after? The one with the syringe, the ones that are holding on to her, or what?
I am going to go with the blade that's spinning down toward her.
She already cut that one off.
I've already
Oh,
separated.
she already cut. Oh, okay. Then the one's holding her then.
All right. So in the next round, 4077, you may move. You think maybe there's a little bit of irritation in its voice after you do that, and it says, "Yes, I'm definitely going to have to remove you from the scene. Pity, I should have liked an intact specimen to study. Hold still while I focus the laser on you." Outside in the hall, Rex, you have destroyed the turret. Numbers, you are standing by. What is Rex doing?
Now it's time to punch that door.
Okay. No need to roll initiative. You can just haul off and punch it.
Well, that's a 9.
A 9 total?
Do you just want the damage or to hit?
It's just a big door. Just roll your damage.
Oh, okay. 31 and 6, 37.
Wow, really? Okay, so yeah, you smash the door open. It flies back across the narrow hallway across, clangs against a computer rack, and falls down. You are now open to go through. Numbers, you may move through in this round.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. You know, obviously trying to keep away from anything that that can directly reach me if possible.
Okay, you don't know if it was smashing in the door or what, but there is a non-functional turret that is sparking and smoking hanging just above the door on this side.
Right.
And your movement, I mean, basically your high reflexes, if you want to cover the distance back to the control room in this round, you can get there. You won't be able to attack, but you will at least be able to see what's going on.
I'll do that. Thank you.
Okay. So yeah, Rex, Numbers like tucks and rolls in past you and is pounding feet running through the narrow passages of the computers. After you spent this round, punched it open. Back in the command control center, though, the AI is not sitting idly. There is another hatch in the ceiling opening up, and there's another medical yet very menacing looking set of manipulators sliding down. So Safi, why don't you go ahead and roll initiative for the group then? You've got your vibroblade out. You can attack this thing if you want. What is Bogo doing?
That's a 6, right? 6-sided?
Yes, D6.
Bogo is going to go after the thing that shot him.
Okay, so that's the laser eye on the far wall. And what about Doremi?
I'm gonna shoot at the first opportunity I got for the laser eye.
Okay. Let us roll initiative then. You already did, and you got a what, Saffron?
5.
5. Okay. You guys will go first. So no, don't get up. We'll continue the procedure. I have a new set of surgical manipulators.
Am I free of the arms that I can wiggle out of this chair?
Yeah, you kind of push it away. Now, the injuries to your legs from the laser eye are such that it hurts, but it also anesthetized your legs. So it's kind of like walking on. Well, to give the player a point of reference, obviously being synthetic, this has never been a problem for 4077, but it's like walking on your feet when they're asleep. You sit
I
cross.
have wings. Can I frickin' fly away?
You can definitely raise yourself up above the.
I am flying away from this shit. I am out of here.
All right, so you're spending the round. They're functional. I'll definitely have to study those, but unfortunately, I will need to remove them. Come back, please.
Fuck you! I'm out here.
You guys don't like my overly attracted AI.
I wonder why. Amputations? Oh, I don't know. Dissections? Oh, that sounds like fun on our part.
Okay, you guys can. You see 4077. She is taking the wing and she is flying out of the command center. You guys take your shots at the laser eye. Where are you going? Come back. I was going to make espresso. I would have fed it to you intravenously.
I rolled a 12, weapon class 10.
That will actually hit.
Okay. Yeah. Use the right characters there. It's 16 points of damage.
Okay. You definitely. You blast at it, and there's sparks and smoke coming up from it. Bogo, you gonna run over there and try and instabulate it?
I rolled a 17, big dog.
All right, you bound off the back of 4077's chair, and you can ninja leap, Yoda tumble through the air and drive your sword in for another 5 points of damage.
I Captain Kirk roll in the air, yo. That's how serious it is.
Wow. Okay. The eye sparks and spits and smolders, and it does not. It does not try to raster you. Well, unfortunately, it looks like your friend has gotten away, but I suppose you'll do. And the arms turn and begin to slide down towards Do-Re-Mi. Do-Re-Mi's armor class is what?
4.
4, okay. Yeah, you just duck under as basically 4 padded manipulators are trying to grab you.
Okay. That's a good result. I'm going to keep trying to avoid being grabbed.
Okay.
Keep your hands to yourself.
Numbers, you round the last computer banks, and flying out is kind of bumping against the computer console, or bumping against the computer racks and whatnot. You see what appears to be a very badly injured 4077.
All right, bummer.
Get the guys out, leave her grenade. It's go time, baby.
So what is Rex Dashington doing at this point?
So does Rex know what's going on with the other people, or has he not seen them yet?
I mean, you've been outside of this room outside of this raised floor area for the majority of what's going on. So you're not sure what's happening.
All right. Do I see any more turrets?
You do
turrets. You know. Okay. And then I remember that there was a bank of like computers, like a server room or something.
They're all over there on both sides. There's rows of them to the left and the right. They're everywhere.
Perfect. I want to start destroying those.
Okay. All right, so you start smashing through, and sparks are flying, and electricity is arcing. I mean, your 9d6 punches are more than enough to overcome these pieces of machined aluminum alloy and silicon and fiberglass and whatnot. You're just high karateing your way through rack after rack, like all of us who've worked in IT have wished we could do so often.
Do I notice any difference?
Office Space reference.
Yeah, actually you do. There's this very tinny voice. It doesn't sound like the voice you heard before. Like it might be an automated thing, because when you smash through a couple, there's sparks and there's electrical arcing, and you hear this voice say, "Halon 1301 being deployed." And this white fog begins to roll out of the ceiling just directly above you. It's not obscuring your suit sensors or anything like that, and your suit is sealed, so you're not getting a minty lungful of delicious halon. So, Kevin, again, it's now a new round. What are you seeking to do?
I'm gonna drop my slug thrower and pull out my vibroblade to try to chop this handsy ass robot, whatever personality. I'm gonna see if I can keep him from grabbing me.
All right, what is Bogo doing?
Bogo is loading up one of his 3 remaining frag grenades into his slingshot.
Nice. Where are you setting it?
I'm gonna throw it at one of the computer consoles, because I guess they're everywhere.
Yep. Go ahead and roll initiative for me then, if you would please, Kevin. 4077 is just like trying to get out, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm like calling the alarm and then passing people. I'm like, red alert, AI, nasty, trying to dissect us. Get out of here.
No, it was trying to amputate your legs and then was going to amputate your wings, not dissect you. There's a big difference.
I rolled a 6 on initiative.
Okay, the party will go first, but numbers, you may act first. What are you doing?
Right. So wasn't there some sort of electric eye or whatever that everybody was attacking at one point? It's still intact.
But no, it has been destroyed.
Oh, okay. It's been destroyed. Yeah, I'll take a shot at a computer console then.
All right. Easy enough. It does have an armor class, but it's a stationary piece of steel and plastic the size of a washing machine, so you needn't roll terribly well. You may take your shot.
All right. I rolled a 20, and
Okay.
that's 66 damage, which would be 8, 9, 10, 21.
Good Lord. So you got on the right-hand side of the curve on your damage, too. Yeah. This thing is just calmly speaking. Yeah, no, please come in. And, only foot amputations should be necessary, if I'm being honest. And you melt the lovely embedded wood grain Bose speaker panel that the AI was talking out of. And it is just this high-pitched screech is coming out of it as you have destroyed its local speech center. And it's about that time you hear what sounds like somebody in power armor punching computer console or computer mainframes from down the hall. 4077, you're kind of drunkenly, like I said, you're partially sedated and dragging your very sleepy feet along. And off to your left, there's a Rex Dashington in power armor sized hole through computer racks, but that area is also filling with a white smoke that is making it very difficult to breathe.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out of the white smoke area and I'm gonna kind of scream, "That way!" And I point. I'm heading out.
Okay. All right. So you guys rolled a 6 for initiative. You guys may attack. The manipulator arms are kind of now starting to move in slightly jerky motions.
Got a 2. So
Yeah. It's kind of like you're like, okay, it's moving smoothly towards me. The arms are extended. You can see the little syringe pops up and you're like, okay, I'm going to take it, and then it just kind of jerks hard to the right and shudders as it's trying to grab you. Bogo, go ahead and do your thing.
All righty, here we go. Frag grenade away, baby. Oh, well, it might help if I did the thing right. Okay, and here we go.
The thing would help.
That's right. I rolled a very heroic 10.
Okay, your grenade goes bouncing off against some consoles and explodes and blows away some of the plastic and that sort of thing. Numbers in the new round, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, I assume there's more computer consoles that can be destroyed.
All of them are to a greater or lesser extent damaged, but yeah, you can shoot some of them with a little bit more aplomb if you wish.
Right. I mean, the other option would be to shoot the arms, right, individually. Yeah, I'll shoot a console.
Okay. Rex, what are you doing? You're kind of off by yourself, just Hulk smashing your way through computer racks.
So can I locate where the others are making noise?
You're making a hell of a lot of noise yourself, so you can't really hear it over the smashing of machinery and stomping of boots and klaxon going off and the hissing of the Hagon system.
I'm going to switch to infravision and see if I can find them.
Do you have heat thermal cameras?
Yeah, you scan around. You think you see some life forms off in another area.
Then I am going to proceed there, and if I see anything to punch or shoot, I will do one of those two.
Okay. You got to throw a few computer racks out of your way to get there. So that will be your round. Go ahead and roll your attack, if you would, please. Numbers.
That's a 16.
Yeah, you erase another blow a crater into it.
Yeah, right. So it didn't even require damage. If it did, that was 21.
Okay. How about what is Do Re Mi doing?
Well, I missed with my vibroblade, but I'm gonna keep trying to attack him as I'm trying to evade towards the door, I guess.
Okay.
Right.
All right. And what about Bogo?
Bogo is going to run and slide into the place where the food is stored, there in the floor.
Okay. Roll initiative, please. Bogo.
Oh, okay.
That's you.
It's me. It's Booger Green. Ooh, I rolled a big old 3.
A big old 3. So basically, you are very fortunate. You slide into the hole with the ration packs, and the arms stop, kind of move indecisively between you and Do-Re-Mi, and then lunge after Bogo. The manipulator hands are under the raised floor area, kind of groping around blindly for you, but you have gotten away from them. I think that's just about it. Rex, you are now near that. There is a wall of computer banks, and there are various heat sources on these that don't seem to be where people are standing.
Well, let's see. If they're on fire, I don't need to destroy them anymore. So I will switch to, I guess, go back to normal vision, and then I'm going to slowly make my way back, looking for the others, back towards the original door.
Okay. So you're going to go back to the main path and try and follow it around.
Right.
Okay. 4077, you have gained the hallway outside.
I'm just going back in to some degree and using my vibro blades on the computer banks that Rex hasn't demolished yet.
Okay.
I'm pissed. I'm going after these computer banks.
I understand. So yeah, you're carving through rack after rack after rack. What is Numbers going to do? The manipulator.
Go ahead.
Yep.
Sorry.
No, it's you.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna put away the laser rifle and draw my vibroblade.
Okay. You've done so. You can remember you've got that incredibly high dex, so you can act before anyone else can.
All right. Assuming I've done that, I'll move up to computer consoles that I've not destroyed and slice each of those.
Okay. I will point out all the consoles to a greater or lesser extent are non-functional. You have melted, blasted, shot, exploded, all of them. The only thing in the room that appears to be a threat are the manipulator arms, which have lowered themselves to the floor and are, you think, probably, given the size spot, trying to grab Bogo Jorts.
All right, I'll cut one of those.
All right, go ahead and roll your attack there.
18.
That will hit.
Uh, 26 that time.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's a 25
so
static.
it's 20,
right.
25. So you slice one of the hands off. Kevin, what is Do-Re-Mi doing now?
Well, now that I've noticed that it's not trying to grab me, I'm going to turn around and I guess, God, I hate this. It's so indecisive. I'm gonna try to give Bogo some cover. So I'm gonna try to fight the manipulator arms from my side of the arm.
Okay, make your attack.
Okay. I got an 8.
All right. On being attacked from the outside. Yeah, this thing wheels around and says, please, please be patient. I can contain you all in good order, but only one at a time. And it slams a needle into your torso, and you just kind of watch the barrel compress in horror. And your what is Do-Re-Mi's constitution?
It is 13.
Okay, that will probably not put you out, but let's see. You know, I have to admit something. This is kind of funny. When I was first getting familiar with the rules and checking the poison matrix and radiation matrix, in the main body of the rules, Jim kept referencing saving throws. There are no saving throws in Gamma World. I don't know if you intended the system in there and then later, but it didn't work out. So your constitution is 13, you said?
Yes, 13.
Okay. Yeah, fortunately, the horrific pain of being shot with a needle the size of a knitting needle, it almost immediately goes away, and you kind of start to stagger. For purposes of poison, your constitution is now 11.
All right, 11 versus poison. Okay.
Yeah, so if it hits you, if it hits you with the needle again, basically I'll consult the 11. And if it's a D, you're unconscious and being prepped.
I get you. Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Had Bogo attacked?
No, I just slid in the little opening in the floor. Bogo
Okay,
is looking for the biggest power cable looking thing he can find, and he is slicing it with the vibro blade.
There is nothing like that down here. This appears to be a storage locker.
Then Bogo is going to frantically start stuffing his shirt and pants, his jorts pockets, and his ninja outfit with as much of the food as possible.
All right. You can get 6 food packs in there before it's just impossible for you to move. You look like you're wearing a sappy plate carrier.
It's all vegetarian omelet too, I bet.
Yeah, vomlets.
Yeah. The worst.
Those will turn high explosive anti-tank. All right, so yeah, you're stuffing meal packs into your clothes. Rex, you come stomping into the room. Those of you seeing this, big power armor guy just kind of pushes the doors aside. So you're now in the room. There's a set of robot arms. One of them is clamped onto Do-Re-Mi, and you see a nasty looking syringe pull out, and Do's eyes kind of glaze over for a half minute. So in the new round, Numbers Rab, what are you doing?
I'm going to hack off one more of the arms.
Go ahead and roll your attack.
That was a mighty 4.
Okay. Did you say you backed out of the smoky area there, Safi?
Yeah, I had flown out in the hall, and then I was kind of going back in to hack at the banks, as long as I'm staying away from the smoky area, because I know that's not kosher.
Yeah, the mist is kind of starting to fill up the area.
So I'll kind of back up, and I'll still hack at whatever I can get to, just to spite the witch.
Hospital administration in brass letters on it. It's getting a vibroblade.
Yeah, piss me off. You're trying to take my legs. I'm not happy.
Magazine rack. Oh, that's just getting chopped into pieces. You're not having it. All right, so in the control center, Bogo, you have loaded yourself up with foodstuffs. Numbers, you have. Did you hack off another limb? So you brought it down to 2?
No, I rolled a 4. I mean, I assume that doesn't hit with a vibroblade.
It does not, unfortunately. Yeah, you swung where there should have been a limb, but you had hacked that off a minute ago. So, Bogo, Dashington, and Do-Re-Mi, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna try to cut the arm with the damn syringe off, even though it's kind of too late.
Yeah. Hey, you, get your damn hands off her.
Rex is going to try to rip off whatever arms are left.
Okay. And what about Bogo?
Bogo, at this point, is just going to be shoveling food packs out of the hole and onto the floor above him.
Okay. Let's roll initiative then. Why don't you go ahead and give me a D6 roll, please? Rex Dashington.
1.
Oh, wow. Really? Okay. So this thing is... turns and is trying to inject. Do Re Mi again.
Yeah, it's its favorite pastime apparently. I don't mind
You're
it too
its
much
new-
myself.
Do Re Mi is its new favorite pet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's right.
It will name you George, and it will love you and hug you. And
I'm pretty sure that's exactly how it's going to work.
Yeah. Audience, isn't her snort just the most adorable thing?
Just stop. I hate it.
All right. You get pricked with a needle again. It just
Oh,
it feels numb at the injection site, but you don't lose any more con or anything like that. You kind of jerk back before it's, you see the neurotoxin squirts out the end. Oh, well, it's not talking anymore, but if somewhere on a terminal you guys haven't smashed are the words, "Oh dear, you'll have to hold still for another shot." All right. Counterattacks, everyone.
I rolled a 4. Apparently, those injections are eliminating my ability to react.
Ooh.
We gotta get you with some wings.
This reminds me of my initial character with the way I'm rolling these days.
We'll give you a Red Bull. Let's see if it works.
Rex got a 19.
Yeah, you just reach over and grab one. And, 9d6, you just pop. Clank. And what about the numbers missed? Okay, there's one manipulator arm. There's one with the surgical syringe that's still trying to stab. In the next round, what is Bogo? You still throwing food packs out of the hole?
absolutely, my goal is to make sure this room is empty of all food packs before I leave.
Fair enough. What is numbers Rab doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna hack another one of the arms.
Make your attack.
That's a 19.
That will hit. 25 points of damage. You going after the
Yes.
surgeon's arm or the manipulator arm?
The manipulator arm. Thank
All
you.
right, you slice it off and it skitters across the floor. Rex, you want to you want to take a swing on this again?
Yeah, I will eliminate any arms that are left, or if they are all destroyed, I will just go full ham on any sort of control panels.
Okay. There is one that's got the aforementioned syringe, and it looks like from some reservoir from a line that you can't quite see that's in the whole mechanism. It's drawing back. It's filling back up with this green medicine. Kevin, what is Do Re Mi doing?
I'm going to I want to do my best to prevent this jerk from injecting me again. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I guess I'll just keep swinging my vibroblade until I either hit myself or I hit the damn syringe.
All right. Let's roll initiative then. Kevin, why don't you roll that for me?
Okay. I got a 2. Now we get to swap initiatives, right? It's like basic.
No.
Damn it.
All right. Yeah, it's kind of jerking back and forth trying to track you, and it misses you completely, and you're kind of a wet noise as this stuff drips out and the barrel draws back. It's going to try at you again, but you guys can do your thing.
Good thing it doesn't have a little blue pill.
Go ahead and do it, guys.
All right.
Uh, 13 for Rex.
13, and that is a melee attack, correct?
Yes.
All right. That will hit. That is sufficient. And again,
Yes.
96. Go ahead and roll your damages. Don't roll low.
33.
Yeah. Rip. Clatter.
I rolled a 19.
All right. Yeah. You basically slice the main stalk of this thing off while Rex pulls the arm off of it. Numbers. There's not much in here that you guys haven't already shot, blown up, slashed.
Right. So, I mean, it doesn't look like there's much going on right now. We took out the arm with the syringe.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. It's time to do a exploratory salvage mission.
Well, if you'll look at your feet, you'll see you're slowly being buried in food packets that I'm throwing out. Yeah,
there's a not inconsiderable heap of these green and white, shiny, sort of slick plasticine covered envelopes that are being thrown out of this like 2/3 of a meter by 2/3 of a meter hole in the floor that the manipulators were trying to get into.
Cool.
As long as they're not soy plus lentil, I'm good.
I'm looking for the pack of smokes in it.
Damn it, I want the desserts. I'm taking the desserts. I got dibs. I'll trade you the cigs for the desserts.
The pecan roll.
Yeah. The best dessert in an emery is the strawberry jam. That's about it.
I thought it was a blueberry something.
No, the caramel is nasty.
You guys collect. Okay. Yeah, you guys collect up a total of easily 100 ration packets. It's enough for one person for years. It's enough for your whole group for months.
We have a trailer. We've acquired a trailer, so we have something to put on it. Damn it, we got to use for it.
No,
Nothing
sounds
else
great.
of any apparent value.
Is there anything else in this closet that I can chunk up out of the floor, or get somebody down here to help me chunk out of the floor?
No. Once you get all the food packets out of the storage locker space, that's it. It's just bare metal.
Bogo comes out of the hole with the 6 food packets. He's very slickly stuffed in his shirt, so nobody will know.
And you can see them like corner of one is like poking up next to his cheek. Those are yours, Bogo. You can have those. All right. So you guys have thoroughly wrecked this area. What do you wish to do?
I'm still chunking away at the computer as I'm going because I'm pissed.
Bogo
Take
says,
my legs, will ya? Fuck you.
Bogo says, to the basement we go to shut down the generator.
Are there any usable parts like laser scalpels or vibro scalpels or anything like that?
You guys, at least in this area, you have thoroughly destroyed everything.
And we don't hear the creepy voice anymore, right?
No, you do not hear the creepy voice anymore.
Okay.
By the time I get there, is there any medicines or anything in any of the stores that I can pull out that we could use for our benefit?
No. The various air hypos and syringes and that sort of thing were totally smashed in the melee.
I could use a medipack. I'm in not too great of shape.
I think you're all in, well, 4077 and numbers are in not too great a shape. I think Bogo took some damage too.
I have 12 hit points left.
Let's see. How many kits do I have? I'm trying to see. I've got way too many little notes. You recall, Bill?
I have 0, so.
I mean, I picked up some. I just don't.
You found one recharge for the for the medic kit, the technological thing. You got bandages and sutures and stuff like that you can heal a few points of damage with, but when it comes to the medi kit itself, you've only found one recharge for that.
Okay. Well, who's the most damaged? Is that myself or somebody else?
I'm 12 of 38, so I don't know what that means for the rest of you.
I have 23 hit points out of 58.
Yeah, I started with a lot of hit points, so I'm fine. I mean, everybody else is probably more wounded than me.
I think my max is 51. Yeah. So yeah, it doesn't matter. Whoever's the best to give it to. Maybe
Well,
somebody
I
that can
say
actually hit stuff instead of me.
I think our first priority should be making sure the healer doesn't die.
Okay, fair enough.
So I'll
Use
use
it on
a
yourself.
metapack on my. I'll use a metapack on myself, and then I will bandage everybody else with all the supplies that we got from the human camp.
Okay.
To stabilize them.
Okay, so it takes a while for that metapack to adjust to your biotech physiology that has already been mutated. So a full hour later, this thing has gotten you healed up, and it took every bit of its resources to do it. Now, as far as bandaging everyone up, let's see. Rex, you're fine, right? You've taken no damage there in your walking Volkswagen.
Of course not.
Okay. So Do-Re-Mi with some application of medicines and that sort of thing. You get back 7 hit points.
Okay. Thank you.
And Bogo, you get back 4 hit points.
Woohoo!
So, where to, adventurers?
I say we head downstairs.
Well, you've always been the boss, so let's do it.
If there's Tylenol, I'm giving them to Do-Re-Mi and Bogo just so that they feel a little bit better.
Yeah, there's some like insta work analgesics, little blue and red capsules. You take those, and it's a little less horrifically painful. Although in 4077 and in Do-Re-Mi's case, you guys both got injected repeatedly with anesthesia, so you're like, yeah, that's really horrible injuries, but I don't feel them much.
I'll say, take it easy. We'll get through this. It's going to take a little time, but take it easy.
Okay, you step onto the elevator, and it slowly starts to go down. Probably the biggest treasure you've got are the heaps of food packets that could keep you guys in the field for a really long time.
Future note: if there's any AIs that talk to us, don't trust them.
I trust no one.
All right, so eventually you arrive at the bottom floor. The doors slide open, and you're looking back in the same dusty, ruined lobby area that you had seen when you first entered the building.
Can we find a stairway that continues down?
Well, I mean, you can hunt for one, or you could punch for lower floors.
Punching does sound fun, but I think we'll probably search for one first.
Fair enough. And so out of the elevator lobby, when you went to the left, you saw you saw and fought some killer plants. Well, you didn't actually, Rex. All this is new to you. But those of you, when you went left before you... Actually, no, the elevator lobby was to the left of that. So yeah, if you go back to the right, you go back towards the lobby you came in, and you can, looking to the right, see the glass hallway. Of course, all the windows are broken in, and there's dead plants, vines lying everywhere.
Yeah, we had a problem with spinach down there. Tried to eat Bogo.
Oh, that sounds terrible, Bogo. Glad you made it.
I don't taste good.
No doubt.
I think we have a concurrence here.
At least we got them rations, so we ain't got to find out.
All right, so immediately in the elevator lobby, you do not see an associated set of stairs that seem like they go down.
Well, hopefully that maniac computer is out of service for a little while. So, and it looked like the elevator worked okay for a little bit. I guess we could try using the elevator. Things that are dangerous in Gamma World, but don't really seem to be so dangerous in regular life.
You guys, I swear, this group has the worst time with elevators, or alternately, the best time with elevators.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
Damn straight.
Message Spock?
None that I can think of, sir, other than happy birthday.
Well done.
You're going frosty.
Okay. Well, what do?
We're going in the elevator, even though I don't want to. It's good
Okay.
that I don't have two heads, because I'd argue with myself on this one. But
My Viber blade is out at this point.
yeah,
I'm
No
not trusting
shit.
anything.
damn straight. If there's a chair that looks like it might have a bad expression, it's getting it.
Trust me,
That's
just
how
do what the
handling.
smaller head says.
Calm down, everyone. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
You're in a skin suit or metal suit. You know? You're not squishy.
Well, so far it's been an attempted amputation, but previous to that, there was a couple grease spots outside the building. That was the worst. But yeah, let's just try it. What the hell? I mean, we got to make sure this idiot or whatever the hell it was is disabled for good.
Okay. Are you pushing a button to go to a lower floor? You're going to walk around looking for a flight of stairs. What are you going to do?
Oh,
How many floors below G are there?
3.
Okay. Do we go to the bottom and head up?
The bottom.
Okay.
Can't get lower.
Yeah, let's go to L3.
Let's hit rock
A3.
bottom.
I'm afraid you already did that, my friend.
No, he hasn't yet. We have to see that yet. We'll know it when it happens.
I would love to see you guys screw around with some more radioactive stuff and Bogo get enough mutations that it actually turns him normal.
or like 8 feet tall.
Increased height, no carapace.
Oh my God.
Extra intelligence.
Yeah,
He'd freak
Yeah,
out.
it
It's
looked like the
what
guy from the
hell?
Goonies.
like when Bender becomes a person on Futurama.
I'm sure exactly that's how it works. Yes.
So you push for L3. There, just next to the buttons, you see a horizontal oblong slot, and around it, it begins to flash blue. Like there's an illuminated strip that goes all the way around it that's flashing blue.
Do-re-mi, if you can't fix it, we're using a fist and a vibroblade, so do your magic first.
I'm going to see if I could figure out what the hell it wants and if I could give it to it.
It wants a key card.
Okay, and we don't have a key card and nothing that can be used as a key card. Okay.
Didn't we pick up something?
I think we saw a key card before, but I'm wondering if they're like color coded or something. I can't remember.
Well, damn, this is going to be a short ride.
Rex, do your thing.
All right,
Yeah, if
everyone
he's going
out.
to do that, yeah, I'm stepping the hell out.
So after everyone gets out, Rex will, in the top of the doorway, there's always that little gap between the actual car and the wall. He's going to try to stick his middle fingers up there and shove the whole elevator down to the bottom if he can.
Okay.
He's sticking his fingers in a slot.
All right, so you're pushing it down there, and you're shoving downward.
Well, he was going to grab up from the top and try to pull it down.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right.
After everyone gets out.
Yeah. You're able to get. I mean, you get it a couple of meters down, so it's about halfway down, but the brakes are seizing, and it is screeching and squealing. It's almost like maybe the braking system is expanding because it's getting to the point where it just doesn't want to budge. Although you can carry multiple tons. So you're getting it down at like a couple of centimeters with a yank, but it's going to take you a while, and it's making a hell of a lot of noise.
So he's going to say, "Damn, must be an Otis," as he keeps trying.
Is there a ladder back there? Once it starts pulling down, can we see any ladders back there?
There is a ladder, yes.
Okay, so if he gets it down far enough, we'll take the ladder. If not, I guess we're hunting for stairs.
So.
Yeah, no, you can see the ladder, and there's a service shaft behind it.
Okay, if I can see that ladder, can I stop trying to pull it down and just try to completely destroy the cart so that the shaft is free? Possibly by stomping on it a lot. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure what you're asking.
It's in a big rectangular box, right? And inside that you have your actual elevator cart. I just want to destroy the entire cart, so then that shaft becomes free and we can climb down the elevator.
Well, you don't have to do that because there's where the ladder is. There is room to climb down the ladder for an armor
behind the car. Yeah.
So I don't have to destroy it, but I would just like to.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, you
actually do have to destroy it.
Yeah. It takes you a while, but at the end of it, yeah, you have completely destroyed yet another piece of completely irreplaceable technology. And there's now basically loose bits of frame hanging from cable.
I'll turn back to the group and give them the thumbs up and say, "You got it."
Well done.
Good job. I hated that damn thing.
Not all
I have,
old world technology was for good.
so
I'm
I have a
smiling and doing
question.
thumbs up.
I have a question for the old Gamma World Master here, Mr. Bill.
Yes, sir.
How far apart are the rungs on this ladder?
About BOGO width.
Huh? Don't say. Okay.
I mean, basically, if you are holding on to one with your arms, your feet are firmly on the rung below it. So it's not screw you, Todd, width.
Well, we could throw him down there. Maybe he'll land on all fours.
All right, so you guys are proceeding down the elevator, are you?
Sounds like
Yeah.
a good idea.
Totally.
All right.
I mean, unless there's any objection, I suppose I'll go first.
Okay, you're climbing down. Is everyone following him, or are they waiting to get down? Because it's about 35 meters to what you think is the bottom of this shaft.
Is it wide enough for me to fly down?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I'm flying down then.
Okay. Yeah, it's actually kind of comfortable. You know, you kind of got to do very tight spirals, but you can you can head down.
Okay.
Can Bogo attempt to fireman pole slide down the ladder?
Yeah. What's Bogo's dex?
Yeah, you can try
dex,
it.
His
We're gonna
dex
find
is
out.
13.
All right, roll a d20.
Perfect.
All righty, here we go. What the? Oh, I love my steam powered laptop. It is awesome. Okay.
Is it pull start?
Actually, yep. As a matter of fact, yes, it is. Oh wait, it came back. Great. I was scared it was going to run away from me there for a minute. I rolled a 10. How bad is that?
No, that's actually very good. You grab onto the side rail, and you are able to slide. Sometimes your toe or your hand will catch, and you got to shimmy down a little bit more. But you're able to get down there.
Every time Bogo slides, he does the goofy falling yell.
Yes. All right.
I leave Lanta.
You climb back up, go to the car, climb home.
Nice.
There was nothing there.
I told you I'd turn this thing around.
I got the damn t-shirt. That's all that God.
All right. Once you are all in the shaft and moving down, how is Rex using his power armor to lower himself with the gravity boost?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. You make it to the bottom, and there is a set of doors in front of you. Spray painted on it. I mean, it's ancient and it's mostly covered with rust because there's about a foot of water at the bottom of the shaft.
Oh, before I get to the bottom with the water, I'm whipping out my radiations scanner, and I'm making sure there is none of that shit here.
Oh yeah, no, it's not radioactive down here. Okay. And when I say
we don't
at the
need
bottom of the elevator,
a other BOGO incident.
I mean, it's in the service pit. It's not.
Oh, okay.
Filling up the shaft proper. It's just in the service pit. And there's enough of a lip for you to stand that you don't have to stand in that. But there is some rust. But spray painted on the back of the doors, it says L-3, and then SEC, just SEC underneath that. and those doors are closed.
I wait for Rex to come down, and I kind of get out of the way so he can do his thing.
Is there any sort of manual switch to open the doors?
On this side of the doors, there are presumably the mechanism for some kind of a magnetic lock.
Ooh. Hey, maybe we can get some magnets out of this. So can Rex use that mechanism to, I guess, turn it off or on, or whichever way makes it open?
Give me a D10 roll.
Oh, this is gonna go well. Sorry,
You've got a
1 second.
suit. If it doesn't go well, you can Hulk it. Okay. So one way or the other, we're getting through.
7.
Yeah, you're kind of pushed to. It doesn't. Maybe does it pull this way, or do I push them together?
So we wait for Do Re Mi. He's a tech dude.
I'm gonna give it one more try.
All right, roll it again.
6.
Let me see. Let me see, because a 6 may actually do the trick. By the way, what'd you guys do with your trailer when you destroyed the elevator that it was sitting in?
The trailer was in the elevator?
We would have taken it on the first floor to the car and connected it up with all of the rations. And using our car alarm.
You're talking about an additional half an hour stuff. I'm not saying, the elevator, or you destroyed the elevator without taking the car off. But at the same time, no, you didn't take it to the car. That's like a whole separate adventure. If you say you took it off and parked it in the lobby, that's fine. But let me know that.
We'll park it in the lobby for now. We'll put the foodstuffs on so it's protected. So when we get back from the lower levels, we'll take the whole shebang and connect it to the back of the car and have ourselves a merry joint family adventure.
There you go.
Through Atlanta.
Okay, Rex, you are able to move a couple of bars. The doors slide about 30 centimeters apart. It is pitch black beyond.
Well, I will turn on my infravision to see if there's any creatures moving around down here.
There are not. It is a dark hallway.
I think I have external floodlights on this thing.
You do.
So I will turn them on.
You have radiation scanners too?
Yes.
He does. Okay, you turn on your floodlight and you see the hallway as you saw it before. It's fairly short. It is very broad. It's as wide as the elevator was. And then there's a set of double doors at the end of the short hallway.
Come on, ambulance bay. So I guess Rex will go out and he'll look around for hallways going left and right and see if he detects any creatures as he's going towards those doors.
Okay, well, Rex needs to open the doors further or something, because it's about 30 centimeters open.
BOGO size. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Rex will take put his hands together and sort of crack his mechanical knuckles and then pull the doors open.
Okay. You tear the doors off their track, and you've now got a space big enough to go into. What is everyone else doing? What is Numbers doing?
Continuing to climb down.
Okay.
Are we? So we're still in the shaft, is what?
Yes.
So yeah. So we'll climb down. Yeah. At least, the Ray will climb down. I'll
Alrighty.
help Bogo if he has trouble. Although he's already slid down, I think. So.
Yeah, Bogo makes it down almost as fast as 477 does. Really, you guys are the only slowpokes, as it were. But you're all now looking into the hallway beyond. Set of double doors, maybe 5 meters in front of you.
I'm going to go to Bogo and I'm going to rub his head and I'm going to say thank you. That was very, very sweet that you tried to save me. And then I'll go back to my
blushes.
thing. Then I'll go back to my thing.
Does this carapace turn a shade of red? That's adorable.
Yeah, yes, it does.
Okay. All right. Doors in front of you.
Does it have a key card slot?
It does.
Yeah, what a surprise. I'm going to look back in the shaft and see if somebody maybe dropped one outside the elevator.
That could mean so many things.
I once upon a time I saw an Ask Me Anything. I don't know if it was on Reddit, but some guy basically said, "I'm an elevator technician. Ask me anything." And people are like, "What's so crazy?" And he's found wallets, rings, purses, bracelets, cell phones, all sorts of crap at the bottom of an elevator shaft. So I'm going to say there's a chance. All right, so you're kind of poking around in disgusting, murky water.
Yeah, that's the way it is. I mean, legitimately, yeah. I've done this before in real life. It's not pleasant. So, but fortunately, it's my character and not me.
The Dianoga pokes an eye stalk up.
That might be the better of the choices.
Yeah, no kidding. Those of you who are as big a fan of Star Wars, the only Star Wars, by the way.
Yeah, it is. Star
right.
Wars, not A New Hope. Star Wars.
Yep. By the way, if you're a true purist, I think there is a strike of the 16 millimeter print with mono audio, may even be Dolby Stereo on archive.org.
Oh,
nice. Without all the garbage added to it.
Damn it. I have to add that to my list of shows that I need to fit in somehow.
The good news is that's the last one you need to watch. The rest of them don't matter.
Okay, your fingers close around something that it feels bigger and thicker than a card. Like maybe it's about 2 centimeters thick and maybe 120 centimeters wide by a little more than half again as much tall. You grasp that.
I'm going to pull it out and look at it.
Okay. It is some kind of container that looks like a set of 4 conjoined aluminum cylinders with rounded ends and flat caps on one end. Oxidation has taken away any markings on it, but it appears to be sealed very tightly.
The cylinders are the same length?
Yes, they're all the same length.
Okay, it's not a pan flute. Okay, that's the only thing I could see. All right, well, I'll try to figure out what it is. If I can. There's buttons or anything on it?
There's no buttons or anything. There's just each individual cylinder appears to have a lid on it.
Oh, okay. I'll swing it around a little bit to get all the liquid off of it if I can, and wipe off the lid part of it.
You can definitely feel there's something in it.
All right.
Kind of clunking.
I'll try to open one of the lids.
Okay.
Would it be something I could recognize?
You do not recognize it. But when you pop the lid off, there's a very faint aroma that comes up. Almost like a sweet or floral aroma. And moving it around in the light, there is what appears to be a tightly wound, leafy brown cylinder in it.
Does this have like a Colorado logo on it?
No.
Okay, just want to make sure. Yeah, this isn't going to open the door. I'll put the lid back on it for now.
Okay.
And I'll put it next to my, my pocket somewhere. It's big enough to slide in my pocket, or is it too big?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll, I guess, well, violence, I guess. I don't know what else to do here, guys. Is there any way? Does it look like I can maybe disassemble the slot, or is it all? Is it concealed so there's no?
The slot is in a slightly raised up plate on the wall. You might be able to get something behind it.
Okay. I'll see if I can stick. I got crossbow bolts. I'll try to stick a crossbow bolt head under there and see if I can twist it to get it to come off.
Roll a d6.
All right.
Nothing else? You got a vibroblade.
Yeah. I got a 2.
Okay. It doesn't break. You've got maybe 3 millimeter gap that you've kind of got it wedged in now. It's not quite coming away.
I'll keep that one where it is, and I'll stick another crossbow bolt next to it and see if I can push it to the right or the left.
Okay. Give me another d6 roll.
All right. Typing it in the damn string yard.
You could roll a 6-sided die. I'll believe you.
I got another 2.
Okay, yeah, you're able to force that one around, and it gives you about the same amount of gap on that side, whichever side you went to.
Okay. Then I'll leave that one in, and I'll try to stick it instead of on the same side on the opposite side.
Roll another d6.
I got a 5 this time.
Breaks off. Just the tip breaks off.
The crossbow bolt. Okay.
Yeah.
I need to take one of those down. I'll try it again.
All right.
I have 22 left or 21 left, so I'll just keep doing it until either I fail miserably or I rolled a 6. Yeah.
Just the shaft breaks.
Oh, damn it. Well, I'm going to try it one more time, and if that fails, then it's the unfriendly method. I got a 1 this time.
Okay, yeah, you've got it set firmly in place, and you've got maybe a 5 millimeter gap under there. You could maybe get your fingertips in.
Yep, I'm gonna put my fingers over it and try to pull it from both sides, both hands.
Okay, what's your strength?
It is 14. No, sorry, physical strength is 12.
It's 12. Okay. It takes you a while of tugging on this, but eventually you do manage to pull it out. There is a rather complicated looking chunk of kind of a greenish substance with still flashing red and green lights on it, and what looks like a ribbon made of individual fine lines that goes somewhere deep back into the door.
Okay, I'm gonna
disconnect from the game. They're talking about like eating possum and stuff.
I'm gonna try to figure it out and see if I could bypass. I don't know how complicated that is. Probably very.
Okay. Start rolling.
Okay.
You're very lucky I have control, because I almost want to take my vibroblade and just slice. But I'll be good.
You can. I mean, don't mind me. Just make sure I get out of the way. I rolled a 1.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm waiting for you to do your thing. I'm kind of
Okay,
testy about the AI.
Okay, so you start you notice that there's a tiny brick in there that has little white movable switches on it.
Okay. I'm gonna
And-
start sequencing through them if I can.
Okay, and you rolled a 1. So you see a couple of the winking red lights turn to winking green lights.
Okay. I look at the door. Nothing.
No, it hasn't moved yet.
Okay. I'm gonna try again. This time I got a -3. I rolled a 2. So
Oh yeah, you notice that the dust on this thing is such that you like clearly it was set a certain way.
okay. I'll try to put it in the positions where the dust makes it obvious which sides they were set.
Okay. Roll another die. That big technological brain.
I rolled a 5, so I got a 0.
Hang on a second. I gotta get to the charts because you're burning them up here. But this is still a fairly. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. All the lights are on and winking green. Nothing has changed on the door there. You want to roll again?
Yep. I got -1 this time. I rolled a 4.
Okay. Somewhere deep in the door, you hear a clunk.
Okay. I look at it. Is there a handle on the door, or is there?
No, there is not.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'm gonna keep trying to get it switched.
All right. Give me one more roll.
I got a -3. I haven't rolled over a 5, so.
Okay. Yeah, eventually you're like, okay, this is like a 9-digit com, but just click, 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 click. There you go. Clunk. And the door is open.
I present the door to the party and say, "Hey, it's open." Aren't I wonderful?
I give him 2 thumbs up and a smile.
All right.
Bogo gives him a golf clap.
Okay. There is a sign, an illuminated sign hanging from the ceiling in here that says admin physical plant area authorized personnel only. The room is circular and you basically have 3 doors, one on the left, one on the right, one in the middle. The one in the middle says emergency aux power. The one on the right says basically medical/surgical management, and the one on the left says plumbing and water.
Okay. What do you guys want to do with this stuff? Do you want to just turn it all off?
Yes.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Well,
I'm good with that.
These are like throw switches.
No, these are doors.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, these are doors.
All right. Well, maybe. Well, shit. Which one do you guys want to try? Maybe go.
I believe
Ox.
you're the genius.
Yeah, that's yet to be seen. So maybe ox power first. I can't believe that there's actually animals in here, but hey,
That was so bad, I'm surprised I didn't say it.
This is Lanta in the future,
Of course they'll
there
have
anything
oxes. Come
surprising?
on.
Is there anything surprising, really?
Yeah, I'm surprised we got this far.
Oh, don't worry.
That's the
Crawl is
positive mental attitude we need.
The dungeon crawl is just beginning.
Yeah. So Let me ask a terrible question. Do these have handles or do they have keycard holes?
They have key card holes.
Oh, I tire. I tire of the.
Sorry.
Should we just ask Rex to take care of this floor for us and wait for him to come back?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's up to you guys. If you want me to mess with these things, my guess is I'll be lucky enough they don't have the same 9-digit code each time. So, yeah. Maybe again, violence is more helpful than being helpful would be.
Try entering in the same 9-digit code that you broke on the door to come in.
But I got to take it apart to do that, right, Bill?
Yes.
Okay.
Do I have enough med supplies? If he gets zapped, I can treat him again.
Yeah, you could bandage up a burn or something like that.
Oh, okay. I'll tell him, be careful. Be careful.
Rex will open his mask so you could see his head, and he will just look at them and shake his head disappointingly. Put the helmet down and the dome down, and then punch the door.
Okay. I give you the thumbs up. Thank you.
I put that recommendation in. I was overvoted.
Okay. For my edification, before we stop for the night, because we are at the 3-hour mark, which door are you punching?
The backup power door.
All right. You slam your fist into it, and rotating lights in the ceiling start doing their thing, and a klaxon starts to sound, and that is where we will leave it for this week. I would like to thank all my participants, of course. Yang Yan Zhao as Rex Dashington, the one, the only Doomsword Deathmaster as Numbers Rab, the man with no name except for Numbers Rab. The vivacious and life-saving 4077, played by our own Sapphire Steel. The knight in white chitin, Bogo Jorts. And Doe Lewis Rossman, me, played by Kevin. We will be back on Monday, guys. I got hopefully some new video coming out this weekend. But Monday we'll be back to talk, have some general fun. Tuesday night, we will be back to play some first edition Advanced Dungeons and Dragons for you guys on live stream. Now, Wednesday would be, of course, when we would wrap up our Traveler game. Our Traveler game master has got a family emergency that he has got to deal with, and it will take him out of the scene for at least a couple of weeks. And of course, Kyle, all the love and prayers to your brother. And we hope to see you again real soon. So we will find some fun deep dive. You know what? I'm feeling an itch to talk ogre. Possibly next week. I'll have a surprise guest for you guys. And then next Friday, we'll be back here in the Wasteland, and we'll find out what ancient technologies the group has once again upset. So that's going to about do it for us. Thank you to everyone in the audience. And please, again, if you're not already subscribed, please click the subscribe button. Please click the bell icon for notifications and give it a like if you liked the video. Any words in parting, players?
Hey, do we have a Discord build?
We do have a Discord, Todd. We absolutely have a Discord. And our Discord may be found on Discord. Isn't that convenient? You can join us over on Discord by doing this thing here, and I would just link to it in the show descriptions. But permanent apparently doesn't mean permanent to Discord. So you can join us over yonder on Discord, and Anything else? Anyone got anything else for us?
The
Everyone
players,
remember? Oh, go ahead.
oh, the players and Bill love talking to everybody on Discord. So you want to talk to us in person? We're there. So join us.
Absolutely. And if Discord's not your jam, leave a comment underneath the video. That always helps, and I will do my best to answer it. Yang, you were saying?
I was just going to remind everyone that at 10,000 subs, Bill is contractually obligated to have a real life con.
He's changed it up on me. I'm now contractually obligated. I see how this is going.
He didn't name it though. He left it open. So
No, I didn't.
interpretation there.
Bill Con, Bill Con, Bill Con.
Bill, guac, Bill.
It's the guac. But anyway, again, thank you to all my participants. You guys have a lovely evening. And I'm going to get on out of here, but I'm going to leave y'all with the best closing credits ever put together for any show, and that is a scientific and proven fact. So until Monday, guys, be good to each other, and we'll talk to you then. Peace.
Have you seen my owl bear?
Later, peeps.
Night, everyone.
Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around. Some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Naked as a toad all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.